Magandang hapon sa inyo at welcome sa ating episode 37. Nagbabalik tayo sa Dinya Plan at itutuloy natin ang usapan natin about foundations of friendship. If hindi pa kayo nakakapanood ng ating episodes regarding friendship, may link tayo sa description below. So intro muna tayo and yaya ng friends.
Ano yung sinasabi sa konteksto na kailangan ang pagiging maingat?
So today, ang pag-uusapan natin is entitled Foundations of Friendship, Love. I heard and read a story about how vicious life is in one of the North Korean's prison camp. These prisons are so big you can even look them up in Google Maps. One time, a group of prisoners decided to escape. Unfortunately, only one guy named Shin was able to survive. Hopefully, in the end of our topic, we'll see it as a victory. In a book entitled Escape from Camp 14 by Blaine Harden, Shin gave a testimony of his gruesome experiences which made the notion of love and family non-existent. Let's watch this quick video that summarizes Shin's story.
At the heart of North Korea, there is an audacious lie. The lie was invented a half-century ago by the great leader, Kim Il-sung. It was brought into the 21st century by the dear leader, Kim Jong-il. Now, the dear leader's son, Kim Jong-un, commands a state that terrorizes its citizens with concentration camps. According to North Korea, these camps do not exist. A new book reveals the torment beneath this lie. Escape from Camp 14 tells the amazing story of a man who is the same age as the callow leader with chubby cheeks. Shin Dong-hyuk is the only person born in a North Korean prison camp ever to escape to the west.
그곳은 23년 I am Shin Dong-hyuk. I was born in Gyecheon, North Korea in the country's harshest prison camp, camp number 14.
Guards raised him to work as a slave and spy on his family. When his mother and brother planned an escape, he was tortured. The boy was forced to watch their execution. A decade later, working in a camp factory, he began to learn about the world outside the camp.
My friend Park and I decided to escape together while a group of us were collecting firewood.
Shin alone managed to escape the camp. Thanks to courage, cunning, and extraordinary luck, he found his way across North Korea to China. He eventually made it to South Korea and from there to the United States. But his adjustment to life beyond barbed wire has been difficult. Because of what he did back in Camp 14 to survive and to escape, he carries a crushing burden of guilt. In telling this story, veteran correspondent Blaine Harden cuts to the core of the inconceivable cruelty that keeps the Kim family in control of North Korea. As Mitchell Zukov, best-selling author of Lost in Shangri-La, has said, if you have a soul, you will be changed forever by escape from Camp 14.
So ayan, no, very difficult video to watch. In page 145 of the book, Escape from Camp 14, Shin spoke to a group of people in the camp when his teacher beat a 6-year-old classmate to death by having 5 grains of corn in her pocket. Shin confessed that he didn't think much about it. I don't know about sympathy or sadness. They educated us from birth, so we were not able or capable of normal human emotion. Now that I am out, I am learning to be emotional. I have learned to cry. I feel like I am becoming human. But Shin made it clear that he had still a long way to go. I escaped physically, he said, but I haven't escaped psychologically. Near the end of his speech, Shin described how he had crawled over a friend's smoldering body just to escape. His motives in fleeing Camp 14, he said, were not noble. He did not thirst for freedom or political rights. He was merely hungry for food, for meat. And guess where he told this story? It is a testimony in a church. Shin's friend, whose dead body he needed to walk over, unknowingly saved Shin by dying first in that electric fence so he can cross. His friend may not have done it voluntarily, but because of his friend's death, Shin lives to tell a story that can open the eyes of many people about the horrific, inhumane life of North Korean prisoners and hopefully one day bring them justice. During Shin's years in the Camp 14, he said he had never once heard the word love. Certainly not from his mother, a woman he continued to despise even in death. That's in page 15. Shin's memory of his dead friend has later opened his heart about love. John 15:13-14 says, "Greater love has no one than this, to lay down one's life for one's friends. You are my friends if you do what I command," Jesus said. Only friendship that is founded in true love can change each other for the better. In our book, Daniel Plan, it's mentioned there in Matthew 22. Jesus was asked by legalistic religious leaders, which is the greatest commandment in the law. Jesus essentially told them, life is all about love. It's not all about accomplishment. It's not all about acquisition. It's not all about popularity, power, or prestige. It's about love. And love is expressed in relationships. If you want to have lasting change in your life, then you must fill your life with love. That's why Daniel Plan's success, or any plan for that matter, depends on having friends to walk beside you, rebuke you in love, tell you your mistakes, embrace you when you're down, and even accept your weaknesses too. Because love is the only thing that can change the unchangeable. It's the most powerful force in the world. Love invigorates, revitalizes, and renews. And this love is available and accessible to every human being. We won't need to earn it, only embrace it. The Bible doesn't say God has love. It says He is love. Love is the core of His very nature. God's love heals what cannot otherwise be healed. God loves uplifts. It strengthens. Daniel Plan said you can summarize all of life in 2 sentences. Love God with all your heart and love your neighbor as yourself. That's Matthew 22:37-39. Shin said in page 138 of the book Escape from Camp 14, "Because I am surrounded by good people, I try to do what good people do. But it is very difficult. It does not flow from me naturally. Likewise, loving others will not flow naturally if it is founded on an empty vacuum of a heart, which is the default position of our hearts. First, this heart needs to be filled with love. And only God, who is filled with love, can naturally fill our hearts to the point that it overflows to the ones we call friends and also our neighbors. Real friendship is founded in having God in our hearts. Therefore, make friends with God by understanding that it is only through the death of Christ on the cross this became possible. We can love because He loved us first. So remember, love is indeed the most important foundation of friendship. By the way, I put some resources down below if you are interested about the life of Shin. So hopefully, we are reminded of what love is. Thank you for watching. See you next week, and God bless.